What's up, guys? Voodoo Stache here. One of the biggest areas I see people really struggle with is glute activation. So we've got our glute max, our glute min, our glute med, we've got all these different pieces of our glutes, and a lot of times it's going to be deficient. When your glutes aren't working well, it's going to make that internal external rotation of your legs become unstable. If your hips are unstable, your knees got to work harder, if your knees got to work harder, your feet got to work harder, your arches will collapse. All these things kind of stack up on top of one another. So obviously, number one thing to fix on those things is breath. So we've been talking a lot lately about breathing deep into that pelvis, feeling that expansion as deep down to that pelvic floor as we can get. And then the next part here we're going to look at today is how to get those glutes really working well. I've talked in the past about the butt squeezes, turning one butt on at a time, seeing if you can even connect those things while lying on your back, working on different patterns, different squeezes and releases. Now we're going to work on actually strengthening those guys, getting really full activation to that glute. So the way we're going to do that is with the single leg glute bridge. So you're going to take a foam roller, whatever size, doesn't matter. And you're going to start that thing just a little bit above the knee. This is the easiest spot to start. You're going to lie here on your back. What I want you to think about is, number one, keeping that rib cage down, that back nice and flat. So I get my rib cage down, my back flat. I'm going to hold this leg here. I'm going to take a deep breath in down here into my pelvis, nice and deep breath. And I'm going to drive that leg down to the floor. As I do that, the only thing that should be working are the primary drivers into your butt cheek. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. And I'm going to press my leg into the roller, squeezing my butt cheek. Now you'll notice I come off the ground maybe an inch or so. I'm squeezing my butt cheek as hard as I can. I'm going to hold it for maybe 5 to 10 seconds at a time, and then relax. As that gets easier, you can build your way up to like maybe 30 seconds, whatever, holding longer and longer. Feeling that full and complete activation. Look out for this. As you come up, you don't want this leg to bend. You want to keep that thing nice and straight. If you want to increase the difficulty, you can increase the duration, and you can also make that roller go a little further down. The further down your leg it goes, the harder it is to keep your core engaged and that butt cheek really working without cheating. So if I come from here, take that deep breath in, I'm going to drive my leg into the floor, into the roller, squeeze that butt cheek. Notice my rib cage is staying down, my back is staying flat, full activation of that butt. What you'll see people want to do is when their butt doesn't want to work, they'll start grabbing like this. Your leg will start bending because you're trying to use your hamstring instead. So you want to think about that leg staying totally straight. So I'm getting fully extended in that hip, and that butt cheek is working while that rib cage stays down. So that is a great way for you to help find those butt muscles. So start with the roller just above the knee to start. The further you move down, the harder it gets, and increase that duration. The more you do that, the more stable your hips get, and the whole body will be much, much happier when it's got a nice, stable foundation to work on.